Max had always known that humanity's expansion into the Galactic Coalition would bring surprises, but getting pulled over by a 7-foot-tall dragon warrior for excessive thruster emissions in a residential star zone was not on his bingo card. The Drakari. Officer's scales shimmered like molten copper under the space station's artificial lights as she approached his shuttle. Her wings, folded tight against her back, still managed to scrape against the docking bay's ceiling. She carried a datapad in one clawed hand and what Max assumed was the alien equivalent of a ticket writer in the other. "License and registration," she said, her voice a rumbling purr that made the shuttle's hull vibrate. Max fumbled through his glove compartment, his hands shaking slightly. It wasn't fear. Okay, maybe it was a little fear, but mostly it was the absurdity of the situation. He'd survived 3 tours in the Outer Rim conflicts, faced down pirates, and negotiated with the notoriously difficult Matharian trade guilds, and here he was getting a traffic ticket. "Here you go, officer." He glanced at her badge. Luna. Luna's golden eyes narrowed as she scanned his credentials. Her pupils were vertical slits that dilated as she read. "Human, of course. Your species has been in coalition space for what? 5 standard years? And you already think you own the Starlands." "Actually, it's been 7 years," Max corrected automatically, then immediately regretted it. Luna's snout wrinkled, revealing rows of teeth that could easily tear through reinforced hull plating. "Are you correcting me, human?" "No, ma'am, just providing accurate data. Force of habit. I'm a navigator." She studied him for a long moment, her tail swishing behind her, and what he'd learned was the Drakari equivalent of drumming one's fingers. "Navigator. That explains the thruster modifications." She gestured at his shuttle with her datapad. "Those aren't standard issue. No, they're custom. Built them myself." Max couldn't help the pride that crept into his voice. "Increased fuel efficiency by 40% and cut the ignition lag by half." Luna's eyes widened slightly. "You built these?" "The engineering specifications for cross-compatible thruster systems are restricted to guild-certified mechanics. On most worlds, yes. But human engineering doesn't require guild certification. We have our own standards." "Your own standards?" Luna's tone was flat, but Max detected something else there. "Curiosity, perhaps? Let me guess. You also don't follow standard approach vectors, don't use designated maintenance facilities, and probably void your warranty every time you sneeze." Max grinned. "Pretty much. We call it human ingenuity. We call it an insurance nightmare." But the corner of Luna's mouth twitched upward, revealing a glint of fang. She tapped something on her datapad. "Your modifications are impressive, though. Unauthorized, but impressive." "Thank you." Max wasn't sure if he was still getting a ticket or not. Luna circled the shuttle, her claws clicking against the deck plating. She examined the thruster arrays, the reinforced landing struts, the additional sensor pods Max had welded to the hull. "Did you really do all this yourself?" "Most of it. My wife helped with the electrical systems. She's better with circuits than I am." Luna stopped mid-stride. "Your wife?" "Yeah, Maya, she's a systems engineer. We met during the first contact protocols. She was part of the team that helped integrate human technology with coalition standards." "I see." Luna returned to the front of the shuttle, her expression unreadable. She was silent for a moment, tapping her claws against the datapad. Then she did something unexpected. She laughed. It was a deep, resonant sound that echoed through the docking bay. "What's funny?" Max asked, genuinely confused. Luna shook her head, her scales rippling with the movement. "Humans, you're all insane. You jury-rig advanced propulsion systems in your garage. You challenge established engineering protocols. You somehow make it all work. And then you mention your wife like it's the most casual thing in the universe. Is that a problem?" "No." Luna's expression softened, and for the first time since she'd approached, she didn't look like a fearsome warrior. She looked almost wistful. "It's refreshing. Most species in the coalition are so rigid, so bound by tradition. But you humans, you just do things. You don't wait for permission or certification. You see a problem and you fix it." She tapped her datapad one more time, then handed it to Max. He expected to see a massive fine. Instead, he saw a warning citation, 0 credits owed. "You're letting me off with a warning. Consider it a welcome to the Drakari sector. But get your modifications registered within 30 standard days, or next time I won't be so lenient." Luna turned to leave, then paused. She looked back over her shoulder, her golden eyes meeting his. If you weren't married, I would add my number. Max blinked. I what? Luna's laugh echoed through the docking bay again. Your wife is a lucky woman, Max. Any human who can build something this beautiful has my respect, and respect among the Drakari is the highest compliment. Thank you, Officer Luna. I'll make sure to tell Maya you said that. Please do, and tell her, Luna's tail swished again, slower this time. Tell her that if she ever needs help navigating Drakari bureaucracy to get those modifications certified, she can reach out to me. The Coalition needs more engineers who think like humans. With that, Luna spread her wings, a magnificent span that nearly touched both sides of the docking bay, and launched herself into the air, gliding toward the upper levels of the station. Max sat in his shuttle for a long moment, staring at the warning citation. Then he pulled out his communicator and called Maya. Hey, love, you're not going to believe what just happened. I got pulled over by a dragon warrior. Maya's voice crackled through the speaker. Please tell me you didn't try to explain human engineering to her. I may have mentioned the thruster modifications, Max, but she was impressed. She even offered to help us get certified. And, she also said you're lucky to have me. There was a pause. Did she now? Yeah, it was weird. But in a nice way. Max started the shuttle's engines, watching as the thrusters hummed to life. Humans, Maya, were making an impression out here. That's what I'm afraid of, Maya said. But he could hear the smile in her voice. As Max guided his shuttle out of the docking bay, he glanced at the warning citation one more time. At the bottom, in small print, Luna had added a handwritten note. Humanity, fuck yeah. Keep flying, Max. He grinned and punched the throttle, his custom thrusters carrying him smoothly into the star lanes.